wasn't really the smoothest, but I feel like a big move like that, most of the time it's not gonna go smoothly. We had to get a bunch of paperwork for our dog. It was really expensive to bring him here, but I mean, it worked out, we figured it out, but it was just like super stressful. Also, we had to get passports, like mine was expired, he needed a passport, my daughter needed a passport. So we got our passports in the beginning of the summer, and then we like 2 weeks before we were supposed to come here.
Connection.
What's up, Savvy Expats? Today I have a special guest with us because not only are they fellow content creators, but they're also from the US as well. But before we talk more about that, guys, it's a pleasure to have you on, Nicole and Cav. Yeah, so let's just get a rundown on where you guys are from first.
Yeah, sure. So like you said, we're Cav and Nicole. We're from New Jersey.
Okay.
We've been there all our lives. We've never lived anywhere else. So born and raised in New Jersey, and now we live here full time in the Philippines.
All right, and so basically, just to give y'all a rundown, we basically just ran across their channel on my social media page, saw that they moved to the Philippines, what?
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago only. 3 weeks ago only. And what shocked me about you guys is two things. Number one, the amount of views you guys were already getting for a relatively newer channel in the Philippine vlogging space. And also you guys are both relatively young for what like the majority of the demographic we see moving to the Philippines. So you guys were originally in New Jersey, right?
Yes, our whole lives.
Originally in New Jersey. What prompted you guys to want to move to the Philippines?
So it was like a combination of things. I'm actually half Filipina, so my family lives here. My mom retired a few years ago and she moved back to the Philippines. My brother lives here. Just my whole family on my mom's side, everyone is here now.
Okay.
So that was kind of one of the reasons. We just wanted to be closer to my family, especially because now we have a daughter, a baby girl. So we wanted to be closer to our family. We also kind of just wanted a new like change of environment since we'd never lived anywhere outside of South Jersey, which is like such a small place.
Right.
Yes.
So my brother kind of was just like, why don't you guys move here? And then we thought about it for a few months and then we were like, let's just do it. Like our daughter's not in school yet, so it's like the perfect time.
So you already have experience living in the Philippines, already have family here, right?
Yeah.
But on your side, Cav, like I can imagine your family's response was probably a little bit shocking, right? How was that for you?
Basically, like my family, they weren't really like ready for it.
Yeah.
But after we got here and they seen everything we've been doing with YouTube,
Right.
they warmed up to it.
I see. And I think it's probably very comforting to hear that you already have family here to take care of you guys. All right. And so where are you guys living now?
We live in Mandaluyong, actually.
In Mandaluyong. Okay. So you're not too far from BGC, still in Manila. How about like the response from your friends? I can imagine like their response would have been like a little bit, like,
some of my
what made you guys want to move here?
Yeah, some of my friends like, why do you want to move there? Like, what's in the Philippines? But they also were like, take that leap of faith. You never know what can happen out there. You never know like people you can meet. Things like I have a clothing brand. They say I can make so many connections with my clothing brand. We can grow the YouTube channel. So stuff like that.
So speaking of the clothing brand, sorry to cut you off. So what were you guys doing before you moved here? What was your life like back in the US?
Before I was moving here, I did construction and I also did my clothing brand, Young American Clothing.
Okay.
I did that too.
And Nicole, you were vlogging a bit too as well.
I was vlogging. I was like learning how to edit. My channel wasn't really like growing yet, and it's still just starting to grow. But I was doing it for a couple years, and like it wasn't really growing that much. So I was like doing that part time, and then I was also doing accounting back in the States.
Oh, okay, I see. And then you guys moved here 3 weeks ago. But how long have you guys been planning this move for?
Probably since the beginning of the year, like back in January. Okay. Well, that was the first time we spoke to my brother, and he was kind of like, why don't you guys move here? Because he was born here, but then he grew up in the States.
Okay.
And then he moved back here, I want to say about 15 years ago. And he's never left since. Like, he really loves being here. So he's like, why don't you move here? And at first, like, Cav was like, what? Like, we're not moving. Like, what do you mean? Like, moving to another country?
Right.
And then at first I was kind of like 50-50 about it. But the more we thought about it and like, did more research, we were like, let's try it. So
Yeah.
And speaking to him made me kind of more comfortable too, because he's also an entrepreneur and a businessman. So,
I see.
Yeah.
I see. So it sounds like for you, Kaf, like one of the major concerns was like how you can run your business while you're here in the Philippines. So yeah, I'm sure it was like really comforting to hear that he made it. He made it doing business in the Philippines as well.
Mm-hmm.
He does. What does he do here? Your brother?
He owns a digital marketing company.
Digital marketing.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. And so before we talk about your experiences now living in the Philippines for the past 3 weeks, let's talk a little bit about your transition moving here. I'm sure it wasn't the smoothest. How did that go for you guys?
Yeah, it wasn't really the smoothest, but I feel like a big move like that, most of the time it's not going to go smoothly. Like things are going to come up. So like even before we got here, a lot of things just were happening. It was just such a big process. Like we brought our dog, like he said. So that was like a big process in and of itself. That was like really difficult actually. So we had to get a bunch of paperwork for our dog. It was really expensive to bring him here, but I mean, it worked out. We figured it out, but it was just like super stressful figuring out how to get him here.
Right.
And then also we had to get passports. Like mine was expired. He needed a passport. My daughter needed a passport. So we got our passports in the beginning of the summer, and then we lost our passports.
Oh my.
Like 2 weeks before we were supposed to come here.
So you guys were probably like all over the place, stressed,
I had a
right?
meltdown. Like I literally was like sitting in the closet crying.
Like everything went wrong.
Wow.
The last 2 weeks.
Yeah, like so many things are going wrong like in the last 2 weeks, but we were just looking at it as like sometimes when you're about to like enter a new season in your life, like sometimes things like that happen, you know? So we just tried to stay positive, but that day I definitely had a meltdown. I was like, oh my God, we have to cancel the trip. Like we don't have passports.
Yeah.
So then we had to schedule an appointment at a passport agency and like actually go in person. And we went, and then 2 days later we got our passports. So like it all worked out in the end, and ever since we got here things have been like looking up.
Okay.
So it's working out right now. Like we're really happy that we made the move, but it was definitely stressful getting everyone here.
What were some of the things that you guys had to do other than like your passport work, paperwork, and visas? What were the other things you guys had to prepare before moving to the Philippines?
I guess just like adjusting our mindset, especially for Kaz since he's never been to this side of the world or to another country. I mean, he's been to like the Caribbean, but he's never been that far from home. So just like adjusting our mindset, trying to be more open-minded, that kind of thing, that's been a little difficult too.
Okay. Yeah. So, but you came here to the Philippines before in the past already.
Growing up, I came here like every other year just to visit family. I've never lived here, but I would come for like a month to visit family.
Okay.
And to be honest, it was like the happiest memories of my childhood. So that's kind of why I was excited about moving here and living here.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And then for you, Cav, like, how did you have to prepare your mindset moving here? Because it's a big shift.
Well, yeah, I had to definitely get right mentally, like, because when I got here, it definitely was like a culture shock.
Right.
It kind of still is, but I'm getting used to it because everybody here is so friendly.
Yeah.
And like they welcome me with open arms.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. That's great. That's great. And what was both of your first impressions being here, like almost, not, I wouldn't say for good, but for a longer period of time?
Yeah, well, first impression was really good. Like we got off the plane, everyone was super friendly. I think they thought he was someone famous.
People were taking pictures of me when I got hopped off the plane, so that felt good. I was like, oh, this is meant to be.
It's a style, man.
I took that as a sign. So
The workers were like taking pictures. We saw them like pulling off their phones and like sneaking pictures. I'm like,
and then we actually went to IKEA too, like our second or third day to buy some furniture. And someone asked to take a picture with me.
Wow.
So I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitely a sign. Like I'm about to be a YouTuber.
And you guys are already killing it on the channel. Like I mentioned, guys. So I was just scrolling on my YouTube page, and then I see their channel. The title of the video is something along the lines of, "We're moving to the Philippines with our infant and our dog." And I look at the views, and it's high, and these guys are still relatively new to vlogging. But you just don't often see like people that take such a huge leap of faith moving to the Philippines. Other than like your brother being here, what else prepared you guys, or I guess prompted you guys to really want to move to the Philippines?
Well, we both want to be entrepreneurs. We don't really like working 9 to 5s, but I mean, we do, since we work 9 to 5s because we have to.
Right.
But ideally, we want to be entrepreneurs and run businesses.
Totally makes sense. And so that entrepreneurial spirit's already in you guys, like take that leap, burn all the ships. I love it. And so what did you see like as far as your plans, transitioning to the Philippines, how will that change your entrepreneurial journey or your companies that you guys are planning to start?
Well, for example, I think just being around my brother who's already a successful entrepreneur, like he's a really great person to learn from. So just being around people like him is really like life-changing for us. So we're learning a lot from him. He's surrounded by a bunch of other entrepreneurs. He's been introducing us to people left and right. So that's been awesome for us because where we're from, like we don't have too much exposure to people that are doing content creation or just in the industry that we want to be in. So it's really nice to be around more entrepreneurs, such a learning experience. And we're getting invited to different events. Like I said, my brother does digital marketing for different brands. And actually we went to a pop-up for Aldo that his company was putting together. So we saw a bunch of influencers there.
Yeah, we did that.
And that was really cool. So it's just like the exposure, like taking it all in. It's been awesome. It's been
awesome.
Really
and then
awesome.
for your brand, Kev, how is that?
So with my brand, Young American Clothing, it did pretty well for years. It was ups and downs. So some years I didn't have to work a job. Like I did really good. Like I made from like $40,000 to $60,000 some years.
Nice.
So in the States, my brand is like known in like New Jersey, Philadelphia, like Delaware, and like the surrounding states. And it did pretty good. So I just wanted to come here and rebrand it and just build it bigger.
Amazing. So it's so your brand is called
Young American Clothing.
Okay, and you guys are expanding worldwide.
Worldwide.
I love it. Big plans coming. But other than the brand, you guys are also working on the YouTube channel right now.
Yeah.
Is that the main thing you guys are working on while here in the Philippines?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And walk us through like your experience starting the YouTube channel. Like how did it first start off, your channel, Nicole and Cav?
Yeah, so it was me. I wanted to be a YouTuber ever since I was in college, probably. So I started my channel as a personal channel. It used to be called I'm Bria Nicole, and it was just me vlogging. And when I first started, I knew nothing about vlogging. I had the worst camera ever, so my videos were awful. But so I did that for a couple years, and then I just learned more about filming, more about editing, and then I started getting better. And then last year, 2022, we got married. We had our daughter at the end of 2022. And it seemed like all my videos had him in it anyway. So this year, actually, we were like, why don't we just turn it into a family channel? So in the beginning of the year, we changed it to Cav and Nicole. And then we started family vlogging. And then when we moved here, we put out like 5 videos, I think, so far of us being in the Philippines, us moving to the Philippines. And those videos have just been exploding. So,
yeah. I mean, when I saw like how you guys just moved to the Philippines 3 weeks ago, but it's already gaining traction.
We were super shocked by that. Like we couldn't believe it. We knew the content would be like different. We knew it would kind of stick out because we're moving our whole family to the Philippines. So we kind of expected that we would get more views on that type of content, but we didn't think it would happen like this fast. I was saying to him before we moved, I was like, all I want is by my birthday for our channel to finally be monetized, and my birthday's in December. So I was like, I just want it to be monetized by December. And we were able to get it monetized a few days ago, so it's way sooner than I thought, and it's just been really awesome.
It's a huge milestone. Congrats on that, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, so 5 videos already posted. What's the plans as far as like content creation here in the Philippines?
We definitely want to keep it family-based, like our family, our daughter, us, our dog even. And also traveling around the Philippines, you know, making vlogs about different parts of the Philippines, different beaches, because the Philippines has a lot to offer, a lot of nice vacation spots that people don't, I mean, they're starting to know about it more, but a lot of people don't know about it. So we want to vlog that. Right now we're doing our Life in the Philippines series. So I think today will be episode 6. So that's what we're focusing on right now.
Nice. One piece of content that stood out to me was the video on your getting a haircut as a black man in the Philippines. How was that experience for you?
I mean, back at home, like we're big on haircuts, so like we want our hairline to be crispy, like straight and perfect. So I was nervous. Like the whole time I was getting a haircut, I was looking down. I didn't want to look in the mirror. I was so scared. But the barber I went to, he was pretty good. He did a good job. And, I'm probably gonna go back.
Nice. So was that in Mandaluyong you got your haircut?
I forget.
No, it was
where was
in
that?
Malate.
In Malate. Okay. Yeah, the haircuts here. How was the prices?
The price was 350 pesos.
$7.
$7.
Back in the States, what were the prices
It'd
like?
be 250 pesos.
250.
I don't know. I'm sorry, 250,000 pesos. So that's
Really?
$50. Yeah. Or 2,500 pesos.
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure.
Something like
I'm still confused with the
yeah,
money, but
getting used to the exchange.
it's
$50.
2,500 pesos. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
2,500 pesos.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would. So $50 in the US.
Yes.
And that brings us to like one topic. I have two questions. First question is, it sounds like you get treated very well as a black man here in the Philippines. Would
Yes,
you say?
definitely.
Like you're already treated like a celebrity here.
Because when I came here, I didn't know what to expect. So
Yeah.
just like we told you, hopping off the plane, people were taking pictures of me
Right.
and like treating me like a celebrity.
Yeah.
That just made me feel good coming here.
Yeah. So you felt welcome.
Yeah, definitely felt welcome.
And as far as your experience with the locals, has it been pretty nice?
Yeah, I love the locals. Like,
Yeah.
It's been great,
It's been
actually.
great.
Everyone's super friendly here,
Right.
super polite and welcoming.
Even people that can't speak English, they'll smile, wave at me,
that's
and,
nice.
and greet me. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming neither of you guys speak Tagalog yet.
She
I
does.
speak a little bit, but I
Yeah.
mostly understand. It's
Understand.
easier for me to speak English, but I can speak a little bit.
Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, that was my first question. And my second question is, we talked about like the price of a haircut. $7 here. In the US, it would have been $50.
Yes.
How have you guys found the cost of living so far here in the Philippines?
save a lot of money.
Really? What does like your expenses look like on a daily basis so far?
On a daily basis in the US, like, as soon as you walk out the house, you're spending at least $100.
In the US.
I mean, yeah, 100 US dollars.
Mhm.
At least.
Like here, we've been definitely spending a lot less. I would say like where my family lives in Bataan, you're spending even way less.
Oh,
like
for
you
sure.
can survive off like, so I think some people probably survive off even like less than $5 a day. You know what I mean? But here, even still, we're saving a lot of money on services. Like, I mean, you can get a massage for like less than $15, like a 2-hour massage,
Yeah.
and that's like crazy to us because back home you're spending like $80 to $100.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure. Oh, easily.
Or even
Easily.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
We go to the market sometimes just to get like fruits and vegetables. We save a lot of money on that. But I think this area that we're in right now, BGC, we were looking at rent prices here in BGC in particular. It seems a little bit similar to like where we live back home in New Jersey.
Back
so.
in Jersey.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. The rent here in BGC is like quite a bit higher compared to the surrounding areas
Yeah.
of Manila. But like you said, like Bataan or even any other provincial area
Yeah.
outside of Metro Manila, very affordable.
Very affordable.
How about like groceries? How much would you guys say you spend on that? Do you guys eat out or do you get groceries typically?
We do
We
both.
both.
Yeah,
Both,
we
okay.
do both. Well, the other day I went to the market. I picked up a bunch of fruits and vegetables. I think I spent 400 pesos, but it was a lot. So for $8,
Wow.
and I even got grapes, which is not like the cheapest fruit to get. So
Yeah, for sure.
I got a lot of stuff and spent $8 at home. I mean, with inflation, food is so expensive back in the States
Yeah.
right now. So you're getting like 2 items for $20.
Oh, absolutely. Easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so groceries is a lot more affordable here for you guys.
Yeah.
As far as like the housing situation, how does that work for both of you?
Well, right now we're staying with family. Like my mom is here, like I said, so we're living with her. We're right next door to my brother. So right now we're just settling in and we're staying with family. And then once we get settled and we start working and everything like that, then we're gonna, not buy, but probably like run our own spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. So it seems like the expenses are pretty minimal at the moment.
Right now,
At the
yes.
moment, yeah.
Especially because at home we had rent, we had 2 car payments, utility bills.
Mhm.
So now we don't have cars. We're
Oh,
not
yeah.
paying rent right now. So we're just paying for food.
Actually, that just brings something up to me. Did you guys sell like everything?
I sold everything. I sold my car, some of my machines,
Yeah.
old clothing,
Yeah.
a lot of different things. Yeah.
So you guys really put all your chips into
Yeah.
this move here.
Yes.
We did.
Wow.
And just moved.
We were renting our house actually, so our lease was up.
Okay.
We just extended it 1 month. So that we just ended our lease with our townhouse, and then my car was a lease as well. So my lease was ending. So the car, that's how I got rid of my car. Sold all our furniture. We have nothing back there right now. So
Wow.
yeah.
So do you guys ever plan on going back, or what's the plans?
Well, we do want to have like a home here and a home there eventually.
Okay.
So that we can kind of visit Cav's family and visit my family here in the Philippines too, and be able to go back whenever we want. So
Yeah, ideally, we'll probably want to do like 6 months there and 6 months here and just rotate.
Nice. So you guys are gonna split your time between both places.
yeah.
Was there any culture shocks you guys experienced in the past 3 weeks here in the Philippines?
A little bit with me, but we've been together for 12 years. So I've been around all her family, all her Filipino family in the U.S.
Okay.
I've been around them. I ate a lot of Filipino foods before I came here. So it wasn't really too much of a culture shock because I've been around Filipinos for like a lot of years now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was there any difference between you feel like hanging around like Filipino Americans in the U.S. versus like local Filipinos? Have you experienced like any subtle differences between the two cultures?
Well, the Filipino, her family, they were born and raised here.
Oh.
They actually came to the
Like
U.S.
my cousin.
Yeah, her cousins and stuff. They came when they were grown. So,
Wait,
Okay.
Oh, you
well, I'm talking about your
my
aunt,
aunts
your
and
uncle.
uncles and my mom.
Oh.
Yeah, her
They're
mom.
from-
Right.
Yes.
A lot of my cousins are from the Philippines too, but there's like a handful of us that are born and raised in America.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, there's some differences. And I think even growing up, when I used to go to the Philippines, obviously I stick out as like a sore thumb because I would go to the province. So like everyone already knows I'm American. They know I'm not from here. And even my Filipino American cousins, even I think the locals already know, like just by looking at us, even my 100% pure blood cousins that are from America, they just know like
Yeah.
they're American. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah. We've gotten that experience too, because for me, I was full Filipino. Both of my parents are also full Filipino, but they're born and raised in the U.S. I was born and raised in Chicago, and although like I look Filipino, I think there's just something about like when you're raised in the U.S. they just see, or they can kind of tell.
You can just tell.
Yeah, they can just tell. But then like especially when you start speaking, then that's when they really know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, so other than that, have you had any other culture shocks here, or you're pretty used to the culture?
I mean, I'm used to some stuff, but like there's still some stuff I'm getting used to. Like for example, we were just at the coffee shop, and I still feel weird about like leaving my trash at the table, like when we leave the store. Because at home, well, in the U.S., like we always throw out our trash by ourselves, unless you're at like a sit-down restaurant. But here, even in the mall in the food court, you just leave your stuff on the table. So I still feel weird. I'm like, should we really just leave this here? Like I shouldn't throw it out.
You almost feel a little guilty about
I feel guilty. Another thing is the driving here, like the traffic and the way people drive and get around. It's almost like just like ants scattering around. It's a lot. Like I'm nervous to drive. Like I'm scared.
Oh, do you ever plan on driving here?
I mean, eventually we're gonna have to. So,
yeah, that's true.
We're gonna have to get used to driving.
Yeah.
But at the moment, it's Grab.
Yeah, right now I'm not driving.
Okay.
Not
Yeah,
yet.
get a little used to the Philippines first. And I can imagine because you guys are in Mandaluyong and it gets pretty chaotic there.
It does. And it seems like there's no stop signs or traffic lights. Everyone just goes whenever they can.
I still don't understand how do people know where to go and where not to go. Like it's just people going everywhere. So.
Yeah, for sure. It's like the Wild West. There's no like lanes.
No lanes, no stop signs, no street lights.
For sure. And you got to be careful because like the motorcycles and the tricycles weaving in and out.
Yeah.
Have you guys gotten to experience jeepneys yet?
No, we
not
haven't.
yet.
We haven't.
Just tricycles.
That's a good vlog idea. Like first time in a jeepney.
Yeah,
we
we're
should
definitely
definitely
gonna
do
do that. Yeah. I just told her the other day I want to try one.
Yeah. We'll have to do that for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Back to like the culture shocks. Like for example, one thing you said is leaving your trash on the table.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys experience that would? Because I mean, in the U.S., if you do that, like someone's gonna probably call you out for that. Like, get your trash.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you guys have experienced here that's a little different?
I think it's just how nice the people are. I mean, we're from New Jersey, and typically, like, I mean, there's nice people in New Jersey too, but it's not really known for being nice people.
Right.
Like sometimes people are a little cold in New Jersey, which is fine. I mean, we're used to it. But here, people are really nice. Yeah. Even waiters, waitresses, I feel like they go the extra mile here.
Like, hello, ma'am, hello, sir.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, people don't speak like that.
They greet you
They
guys.
go the extra mile. They're willing to do anything that you ask them to do. So they just have a really nice attitude here.
Yeah, for sure. So it sounds like your experience with the people has been great so far.
Absolutely.
It really has. Yeah.
Awesome. Anything else, like any other impressions of the Philippines that you feel like you came into here with a certain mindset, but then it destroyed your mindset or kind of changed what you thought about the country? It seems you came here open-minded, though.
Yeah, I came here pretty much open-minded. And like I said, being around her family for the last 12 years, I kind of had an idea, like, of everything, how people like treat minorities, like black people.
Right.
Yeah.
Honestly, before we moved here, the months leading up to it, We were just on YouTube watching all these videos of people on
I
foreigners
was looking
in the
up all types of
Philippines.
videos.
So he could kind of have an idea.
Okay.
I mean, he was even searching like black man in the Philippines. Like, just
Yeah, like how do they
like-
treat black men in the
Yeah.
Philippines? Like,
So you came across like big content creators here, like Black Filipino.
yeah, I couldn't find anything negative. Like,
Yeah.
A lot of people were saying really positive,
positive
things.
things.
So
In our last podcast, we actually had a guy. He's originally from Africa, but he's been living in Maryland for like 10 years.
Oh wow,
And-
that's not too far.
Yeah. So he's pretty much from the U.S. And when he came here, I asked him like his experience here,
Yeah.
and he said like, as a black man, it's the best here.
Yeah.
He said he also gets treated like a celebrity when he's walking
Yeah.
around here.
Yeah.
So it's good that you're getting treated very well here. As far as the cost of living in the Philippines, what would you say has been like your weekly expenses here?
well, like I said, right now we're not paying rent or for cars or anything like that. So we're just really buying food and baby formula, baby diapers, and those
Right.
kind of things.
Yeah.
And we've been going out to eat. So
Yeah, we just
Not
been
much.
pretty much experienced in different restaurants and stuff like that. So
right now we've
Nice.
kind of probably been spending around $200, maybe $150 to $200 a week. But we've also been going out quite a bit. So
Right.
yeah.
That's still really good, actually.
Yeah.
it is.
We've been going out to
Yeah.
eat different restaurants and stuff. So
Like you said, like in the U.S., our family is same way. Especially in Chicago, it's very expensive there.
yeah.
We'd expend at least $100, and we're
At
a
least.
family. We're a big family.
Yeah.
So, what was your expenses like back in Jersey?
Kind of expensive. I mean, for food is expensive now.
Yeah.
Before the pandemic, it was a lot cheaper, but we noticed we were spending probably $500 a month on groceries for me, Cav, and then my mom was staying with us when our daughter was born. She came back to help us out, and then baby formula. So like $500 a month for just food.
Or just food.
Just food.
And then we have cars, gas. Gas is
Right.
going up now too. It's
Yeah.
like almost $4 where we live. So it was expensive.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then as far as rent,
I think we were paying about $1,200 for rent,
1,200.
which
and
isn't
that's
that
kind of on the
bad
cheaper end. in
Yeah.
Oh, really?
New Jersey,
Jersey.
yeah.
because it's even
Yeah.
higher than that now. But we had our place before the pandemic. So after the pandemic, rent just it like skyrocketed.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Shut up.
There's some people paying like $1,300 for a 1-bedroom apartment in New Jersey.
Wow.
And in South Jersey, which isn't really anything special.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Did you guys have a 1 or 2 bedroom place?
It was 3-bedroom, like
3-bedroom.
townhouse.
Yeah, we had a
actually,
townhouse.
Oh, okay. 3 bedrooms.
So the cost for something like that now after the pandemic is probably closer to $2,000 a month, maybe $1,700
Yeah,
to $2,000
For sure.
a month. Yeah.
For sure. Okay, so it's actually nice that you guys came here and you already have family here. I'm sure that's a
Yeah.
big help.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
It's
definitely.
kind of different from us than like the average person coming out here, getting a job and trying to find their way. We kind of had
Right.
some help.
Yeah,
Some
a
support
really big
already.
support system. So
Yeah.
it made the transition a lot easier. So we're really thankful about that actually.
Yeah.
Because this would have been a lot harder to do without, that support system.
For sure. For sure, yeah. So when you guys moved here to the Philippines, what were some things that you really had to adjust to?
Well, the weather.
The weather.
weather's
Oh yeah,
definitely
Jersey's
one of
colder.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the weather,
Yeah.
and then a lot of times when like people come like to fix something at the house or like any type of service, it's like quick in the United States. But here it takes like a little bit longer. Like you gotta have more patience.
More
and-
patience. Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
just have to have
Yeah.
more patience on
For
getting
sure.
stuff done. Yeah.
Tell me about it. I mean, that's a big thing we talk about on the channel all the
Yeah.
time. Is
Yeah.
like everything in the U.S. is fast. It's
Yeah,
fast, and we're
it
used
is.
to that. They go in, they get it fixed right away, pay them, they're done.
Yeah.
But here in the Philippines, like things can take
It takes a while.
hours.
Yeah, it could take
Yeah. From the traffic, getting
Yeah.
things fixed, getting
Yeah.
responses, going to the grocery store, waiting in line.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
patience is one thing.
Definitely patience.
Definitely.
And shout out to our followers because they told us about that
Yeah.
too.
Oh,
It's
really?
like make sure you guys have a lot of patience here in the Philippines.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So,
just
like,
have
we always
patience
mindful.
and you'll have a good experience.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially in Jersey, I'm sure like you guys are fast with everything.
Fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fast paced. Yeah.
Right. And so with the clothing brand Cav, you're planning on launching it here in the Philippines, you said?
Yeah, I'm basically rebranding now, so
Rebranding.
I want to relaunch out here.
Okay, nice.
Yes.
And then what's your plans? Focus on the channel, Nicole?
Yeah, right now I'm just focusing all my time and energy into our channel, especially now that it's starting to grow and we're starting to build a community. I really want to build that strong community and, just kind of build more of an online presence. So that's what I'm focusing on
Awesome.
completely right now.
Yeah, the channel's been growing a lot in such a short period of time. I saw your guys' channel like maybe 4 or 5 days ago, and when I looked at it, it was like 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And then 4 days later, 5,000 subscribers.
I know.
Yeah, we can't believe it.
For us, that's huge because before we got here, we had in the 500s, about like 500 something subscribers. And like I said, I was thinking it would take a few months for us to see this happen, but we've only been here 3 weeks, so we're kind of like blown away. But we're really excited about it too, though. So we just want to make sure we're staying consistent because people are commenting like, we want more videos or post 2 to 3 times a week. Some people are saying that they don't even want to wait 2 to 3 days. So we kind of just have to figure out a good schedule.
So you guys really have to keep up with the demand of that.
Yeah, we want to keep up with it just so we can continue growing. We also want to start collaborating. Well, we're collaborating with you today, so this is awesome. And we want to meet other creators out here as well. So.
For sure, there's a lot of them. Yeah. So side note, everyone, be sure to follow their channel, Nicole and Cav. I'll leave it in the description down below.
Thank you.
But going back to your move to the Philippines, you said one of the main reasons you wanted to leave, or you wanted to come to the Philippines, was just because you already have family here. Yeah. You want to experience something new with your business. Was there any reason, was there anything in the U.S. that you wanted to leave behind?
I would say just everything, I guess our hometown. I mean, we love where we're from, but it's definitely time for us to kind of move on from it. And I know a lot of people will just move to another state, but since we have family here, we just kind of chose to do something drastic. Also, I guess the higher cost of living, but I think that's something that's happening in a lot of countries right now. It's like the cost of living is just rising, but I mean, it's really high back home. It's starting to gas everything. It's super expensive, so we're kind of excited to be away from that. And sometimes life in America is a little bit stressful. I mean, there's pros and cons to living in America, but I think one of the cons is it's kind of like stressful, you know, high cost of living, a lot of work. You're just working all the time.
It's like bills,
you know
work, home.
Yeah,
bills, work,
so it's kind of like just the mundane task and routine of everyday life. We kind of are ready to just leave that behind as well. I think that's pretty much it.
Okay, so you guys really just wanted a change, something new. And like you said, that your life in the States was stressful, right?
A little stressful, for sure. And just my experience coming here growing up, there's just something so refreshing about island life, and that's kind of something I was really excited about too. It's refreshing, you know, peaceful. At least that's been my experience.
So speaking of like island life, where have you guys gotten to visit so far? You've only been here for 3 weeks, but...
Yeah, we've only been here in Manila so far.
Manila.
I've been to obviously like Bataan and some other places, but he hasn't been anywhere besides Manila yet. So we have a lot to do, a lot of exploring to do.
You guys are in for a treat.
We're actually looking for like a nanny now, so we can actually start exploring and doing things. Because it's kind of hard to do with a 10-month-old baby.
Yeah, we have a 10-month-old.
10-month-old.
She's a lot right now.
Yeah, definitely. And the nice part about hiring here in the Philippines is that it's very affordable. So like caretakers, nannies, house help, that'll be pretty affordable to hire.
Super expensive in the States. Childcare, daycare, it's so expensive.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm sure that's like one area you guys really save money on.
Definitely.
Any type of service here is super cheap.
Services here are super inexpensive.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think I saw one video you guys made where you went to Alabang.
Yeah, we did.
Alabang, how was that experience?
That was really fun. We didn't get to explore too much around Alabang, but we went to Crimson Hotel to meet up with some friends back from Jersey. And we went swimming and that kind of thing. So it's a really nice hotel, actually. Crimson Hotel was our first time there.
Nice.
And the area itself looked really, really nice. So we want to go back and kind of explore more.
What, do you guys have any places on your itinerary plan?
Yeah, I have a lot of places I want to go. I want to see Tagaytay. I want to see Siargao and just go to Cebu. And then all the touristy areas like Boracay, Palawan. I just want to see everything. Honestly.
For sure. That's great content to have. One place I loved was Siargao. Like
really?
Surfing there was like...
You surf?
A little bit, I mean, it was like I surfed a little bit in California before I came here. But Siargao, it was just like a whole new experience because we're talking about services here in the Philippines. We rented like 5 boards, instructors for like $10.
Wow.
So it was
That's
so
amazing.
affordable.
Yeah.
And then I really recommend going to Siargao.
Yeah,
Great
that's
experience.
That's top on our list for
Nice,
sure.
nice.
Yeah.
And then Tagaytay, you guys have heard that it's a little bit colder over there, right?
Yeah.
Cooler, I would say
Cooler,
cold.
yeah. That's what I heard.
Yeah, because you guys are from Jersey, so nothing here is gonna be cold for you guys.
yeah.
Back at
Honestly,
home right now, people are wearing jackets and hoodies.
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, we're kind of getting over the cold. I mean, you're from Chicago; it gets really cold there.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah,
it gets
for sure.
even colder there.
It does.
In the
It's
winter, yeah.
Windy city. Yeah.
Yeah. We're kind of over it though. Like the winters are brutal.
Yeah. That's one thing. Our family, we just like. That's one reason we wanted to leave. Is like we're tired of the cold.
I'm tired of the cold
Absolutely,
too.
Yeah.
It's like painful almost.
For sure. Like our life was, like you said, it was like more stressful back in the US.
Yeah.
Especially like when you wake up in the morning, it's so cold, and then you gotta like get the snow off of your windshield and everything. And so
Yeah, I'm not gonna miss
yeah,
that.
9 to 5 and everything. Yeah. So as far as like having your 10-month-old here,
Mm-hmm.
or 10-month-old here, how has that been for her? It's like, were you guys able to like have help with her here, or?
Well, my mom is here, so we're staying with her right now, and she helps out whenever she can. So that's been really awesome. I want to say like the first week she was completely fine, and then the second week she was like really, really cranky. So I don't know if it was just adjusting to a new place, a new environment.
Right.
She's also teething, so maybe it's just a combination of both. But she
Okay.
was like super cranky the second week here, like the crankiest I've ever seen
Yeah,
her.
it got brutal.
Yeah, but the past few days she's kind of been back to herself,
Okay.
so hopefully she's gonna
Yeah,
be
even our dog had to adjust.
comfortable.
Because
Oh, really?
where we're from, it's a lot of grass for him to sniff
Yeah.
around
Oh, yeah.
and a lot of places to go.
Yeah.
And where we're at now is just concrete. So he's not
Yeah.
really used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Especially like if you're in Mandaluyong, it's like concrete jungle over there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it is.
It's all like city. So,
Mhm.
but the nice part is if you guys come here to BGC, there's a lot of
Yeah.
like greenery. There's like
Yeah.
open parks and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So yeah. What else would you guys say was something you had to adjust to moving to the Philippines?
So besides the weather and, obviously having to be more patient, is there anything else?
I can't think of anything else
No.
right now.
I think those are just the two biggest things
Weather.
to adjust to. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for the most part, it seems like you guys like came here with an open mind, already knew what to
Yeah.
expect and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, I can actually think of one thing. So I think it was yesterday, right?
What's
The
that?
street that we live on was like completely flooded, like water up to here.
We're not used to
How did they get flooded? Was it raining yesterday?
I think it was either yesterday
It was 2
or the
days
day-
ago.
It was 2 days ago, actually.
days
And
ago.
it was raining, and it got like super flooded on the street. The kids were actually outside, like swimming in the flood.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
were just, like,
But it only lasts for like a half an hour. Like it flooded and then went away.
Really?
After
So
like
I'm
an
not-
hour, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw that story. Like the water was up to like
It was,
the
like,
cars.
yeah, it was pretty high. So like,
I
In
think it's
Jersey, it
because of the
doesn't-
sewage.
It's a sewage.
It's probably the
Yeah,
old sewage system.
probably.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
There's
We've never
kids
seen a
swimming
club
there.
like that back in Jersey.
Yeah, yeah,
so.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a new experience. So you guys have just been in Manila for now.
Mhm.
Where in Manila have you guys gotten to visit so far?
Well, now today we're in BGC. It's our first time here. We've been to, we go to Rockwell a lot because it's kind of close to where we live, and we like the mall there. There's
Yeah, Power
Plant
Plant
It's a
Mall
nice
has a
mall.
lot of nice places.
Yeah,
We went
so-
to Mega Mall.
We went to Mega Mall.
Mega Mall. Nice.
I think that's pretty much it because we've kind of been just focusing on editing, taking care of our babies.
Right,
So we haven't
right.
been exploring as much as we want to, but
Yeah.
we have time.
Yeah, it's I also want to do like a follow-up podcast in the future, like when you guys have been here for months, because
Yeah.
there's only
absolutely.
so much you can experience being here for only 3
For
weeks.
3
Yeah.
weeks,
Yeah,
We would
so
love to do that.
yeah, I'd love to see like where else you guys experience and go to.
Mhm.
As far as like the fashion scene here, what do you see in that, Cap? Because in the US it's big, but here, what do you see in the fashion industry?
A lot of people have nice fashion sense here.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like the swag here. Like, so getting into the fashion scene here, it's a lot of things I want to try out. I've seen a lot of different styles that I want to incorporate into my clothing brand.
Right.
So it's gonna be fun. Like,
Yeah. I think there's a lot of East Coast fashion that like no one's seen here that you could bring here to the Philippines.
yeah, absolutely. I see a lot of West Coast influence here.
Yeah, for sure. For
Mhm.
sure. But yeah, there's going to be something new. I'm
So,
excited to
yeah.
see what you do with
I
that.
want to do some,
And
a lot of
then-
things.
Nicole, we were talking about how you were into music, right?
Mhm.
What kind of music were you doing in the US?
So I like singing. I like R&B music. So I was kind of dabbling into recording a little bit back in the US. I recorded a few songs, put them on Spotify. But I definitely want to get back into that too in the future. Right now I'm focusing on the channel, but maybe once we build our online presence, build a bigger community, once that happens, then I'll probably get back into the music because that's been a passion of mine since I was a little kid. So I definitely want to do that again.
Awesome,
get
getting back into
That'll
music.
be in the future, maybe in a year or two. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much that's probably going on for you guys right now with the vlogging, settling down. Yeah. And as far as visas, how is that set up for you here?
So my mom said she was going to take us to extend our visa sometime this week, actually, because I think we can only stay for 30 days technically. So this week we're going to go extend our visa, and then also I kind of want to look into dual citizenship. Because I read that they have this thing called citizenship by descent. So as long as you can prove that you have Filipino ancestry, you can apply for it. So I kind of want to apply for that with for me and my daughter, just so that when we come here, you know, and not staying here for a long time, we won't have any issues.
Right.
So we'll see. We have a few different options, things that we're thinking about, but yeah.
Yeah, that was actually something I was thinking about is because you guys are both coming here on a tourist visa, you'd have to extend monthly.
Yeah.
But if you already have Filipino ancestry, so you would be able to get dual citizenship. Is your parents, do they have, or does your parent have a Filipino citizenship?
My mom is a U.S. citizen now.
Now,
Yeah,
okay, but before she was a Filipino
Yeah,
citizen.
before. But I think she wants to also apply for dual citizenship now that she's retired.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's very cool.
Yeah.
And as far as like future plans here, is there anything that you guys, I guess, are shooting for? Any goals that you guys have other than the YouTube channel?
YouTube, fashion, music. I mean, we'll see whatever doors open. But right now we're super open-minded, and we kind of just want to see where this takes us.
Awesome. It seems like you guys are like dabbling into everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure, I'd love to have you guys on the podcast again in months from now. There's only so much we can experience in 3 weeks. So yeah, thank you guys for being on, Nicole and Cav. And guys, we're gonna put their YouTube channel in the description down below. So if you want to check out all their social media, it'll be there. Give them a follow their journey as well. And so thank you guys for being on.
Thank you so much for inviting us. This was great.